Here we go. Ready, Don? Okay. State trooper shined a flashlight through a dark night on the Palisades. Said I was flying, I did not notice, was just trying to focus on the time I made in life and sacrifice. Sure, just a short ride from paradise, and just a slip from your hardest days. I'll never know, babe, which way to go, babe. I'm just trying to hold on along the way. You were born in mid-November. The trees were amber, the air was crisp, but darkness fell on your wishing well, where you kept your harmlessness. In life and sacrifice, sure, just a short ride from paradise, and just a slip from your hardest days. I'll never know, babe, which way to go, babe. I'm just trying to hold on along the way. Harlem River, listens, watch and listen to the water running by. Flash my headlights across the state line, coming over the Harlem River Drive. In life and sacrifice, sure, just a short ride from paradise, and just a slip from your hardest days. I'll never know, babe, which way to go, babe. I'm just trying to hold on along the way. In life and sacrifice, sure, just a short ride from paradise, and just a slip from your hardest days. I'll never know, babe, which way to go, babe. I'm just trying to hold on along the way. I'll never know, babe, which way to go, babe. I'm just trying to hold on along the way. Yeah, it's funny how the life cycle of an album goes, right? You write the songs, and then as it starts to come together as a cohesive piece, you get very, very excited. And you have to start to pump yourself up, especially this was an independent release, so all sort of self-financed, and you have to start to believe crazy things, right? I don't know what happens next. Perhaps I'm stupid, but I thought more or less there'd be a lesson here for me to discern. Maybe I missed it, or there's nothing here to learn. But if you walk me home and let me ramble on, You might find a little comfort in the world I roam. I wanna be your friend. Don't let me end this night alone. There's not a light in the sky, and you can almost feel the anger in the motherless night as the gunshots in the projects accrue. But I won't hesitate to take a bullet for you, and if you walk me home and let me ramble on, you might find a little comfort in the world I roam. I wanna be your friend. Don't let me end this night alone. What else could you have to do? Wake up tomorrow in your lonely little room. There's a chance we could both be dead by then. Life is what happens when you got no plans, and if you walk me home and you just come undone, you might find a little comfort in the world I roam. I wanna be your friend. Don't let me end this night alone. Some say that words are just words. I say, slip me the chorus, give me verse after verse. I'm just so sick of feeling sick all the time. But just a little back and forth can ease your worried mind. If you walk me home and let me ramble on, you might find a little comfort in the world I roam. I wanna be your friend. Don't let me end this night alone. So what's it gonna be? They're cleaning off the tables and they want us to leave. We could call a couple cars and be gone. We can be strangers if that's what you want, or you can walk me home and let me ramble on. You might find a little comfort in the world I roam. I wanna be your friend. Don't let me end this night alone.
But ultimately, that song is just about trying to find some person that like sees you.
Yeah.
Which leads into the next Apocalypse song, which is Nothing Matters Anymore, which is a song about nihilism, but also a song against nihilism.
One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we are at the brink of who knows. You got a good idea, Romeo. I lost faith in love long ago. I guess I just switched teams. My Aunt Alice used to work for the Stones. Now she sits around the house alone, playing Scrabble on her telephone. I don't know what that means. Out in front of the drugstore lights, we're getting drunk on a Tuesday night. You do whatever you want with your life. I'll do whatever with a mind. It just works like that. You learn to live or it breaks your back. I believe Mark Twain said that. Is that right? Oh yes, I'm sure. I used to worry about the way I talked. I used to think about the way I thought. I used to talk about myself a lot, but nothing matters anymore. Nothing matters anymore, she said. All the truth is irrelevant. Just look at the president. Can you believe this shit? And all the while I was thinking about this girl I met outside a bar downtown. She even giving me the runaround. I was waiting for the hint. She said she lived in LA, but now that all of her debts were paid, she'd probably move to New York someday if she could only swing the rent. Oh, it just works like that. You learn to live or it breaks your back. I believe Rick James said that. Is that right? Oh yes, I'm sure. I used to worry about the way I talked. I used to think about the way I thought. I used to talk about myself a lot, but nothing matters anymore. Oh, you try, but it's never enough. Oh, some days you wanna give up and get a soda with your big kid lunch. You ought to supersize that. You've been gunning for the prize, and I know it's hard. You got a cynical mind and a big bad heart, it's true. Ooh, that's what I love about you. 'Cause I used to think about the way I thought. My God, I was a goddamn bore. I used to think that I could steer the plot, but nothing matters anymore. I used to worry about the way I talked. I used to think about the way I thought. I used to talk about myself a lot, but nothing matters anymore.
Red t-shirt. Fuck you.
And the shit of it was, I went right to him the second he did it too. And I was like, oh fuck, where do I go now?
Honestly, dude, don't turn around.
I laughed a little bit too, actually.
To have it, like, you know,
Yeah.
give me a rundown, what we're doing, who's in it, and all that stuff.
Cool. Myself, Brian-Dunne, playing the guitar and singing. Mike Hess on the keys, and Lizzie Noah on guitar and vocals.
How'd you meet those guys?
I...
Chasing down a ghost, up and down the coast, in and out of hallways, it's always the same. We miss them by an inch, we're slightly off the mark. You stare into the void and listen for a voice, 'cause all my life I don't know, honey, how to let it go, how to learn to stand with what I am and what I cannot control. 'Cause you can tighten up your rope, but you'd be chasing down a ghost And it's not enough to kill you, but it'll get you pretty close. Hanging by a string, waiting in the wings. The show is nearly over, I'm still here, listening for my name, a call that never came. Now they're pulling up the lights and pushing me aside, 'cause all my life I don't know, honey, how to let it go, and how to learn to stand with what I am and what I cannot control. 'Cause you can tighten up your rope, but you'd be chasing down a ghost. And it's not enough to kill you, but it'll get you pretty close, or it'll get you in your sleep, and every secret that you keep locked in your mind could come alive. So I'm chasing down a ghost, but I never get too close. In and out of hallways, we're always at odds with how we miss them by an inch, and we're slightly off our mark. Don't it seem a little strange how it never seems to change? 'Cause all my life I don't know, honey, how to let it go, and how to learn to stand with what I am and what I cannot control. 'Cause you can tighten up your rope, but you'd be chasing down a ghost. And it's not enough to kill you, but it'll get you pretty close. No, it's not enough to kill you, but it'll get you pretty close.
So we were talking, not enough to kill you, but it gets you pretty close. And you're saying this is like in the dark area of this album?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the next, the next few, actually just the next song. The next song, I Hope I Can Make It to the Show, is I Hope I Can Make It to the Show is my favorite song on the record.
Okay. One, two, three, four. Well, never stood a chance at being cool in any sense. I've never once been inside looking out, and I thought at least by now that I would know the way around, but I never feel at ease among the crowd. Oh my God, I've got a heart that beats too fast, and a head you can't slow down. It's been dogging me since I don't even know. But I'd like to meet your friends if the moment should allow, and I hope that I can make it to your show. It don't seem like you'd care if the people stood and stared. I bet you wouldn't even notice anything. You're too patient too kind, and you don't seem to mind that I'm neither, and I'm scared of what they think. Oh my God, I've got a heart that beats too fast, and a head you can't slow down. It's been dogging me since I don't even know. But I'd like to meet your friends if the moment would allow, and I hope that I can make it to your show. Got a heart that beats too fast, and a head you can't slow down. It's been dogging me since I don't even know. But I'd like to meet your friends if the moment will allow, and I hope that I can make it to your show. A 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Lately you've been selling things, jackets that don't fit, guitars with old strings that just sat on a wall, waiting on a friend. Ah, and truly you tried, but you couldn't make time for all of them. Lately you've been staying home, waiting out the weather and dreaming alone. It's just a phase, you say, watching the days on end. Oh, well truly you tried, but you couldn't make time for all of them. Feeling strange, but you don't know why. Disappointed in the meaning of life. Well, just stay inside. You know you don't need that much to survive. So lately you've been selling things, records you bought that you thought you'd listen to at some point soon. You say, I guess it got away from me. Oh, and truly you tried, but you couldn't make time for all of these. Here's some luggage that you never used when you were 7 years younger and you thought you'd do something somewhere else. Oh, and it just kind of sat on the shelf. Here's some art that you thought was good, but it didn't make you happy like you thought it would, and it cost a lot. Ah, but you thought it was worth a shot. So lately you've been selling things, jackets that don't fit, guitars with old strings that you sat on a wall, waiting on a friend. Oh, and truly you tried, but you couldn't make time for all of them. Oh, and truly you tried, but you couldn't make time for all of them.
What do you think?
Nitehawk. Nitehawk is it's sort of a departure song on this album because it's like it's a romantic sort of relationship-y type of song, but it's inspired by this particular moment. I walked into this store one night on Bedford Ave in Brooklyn, and this woman was behind the counter, and she was like super relieved to see me, and she was like, "Oh, thank God you're here." This guy was just in this store, and he was freaking me out, and I was like, "Oh, okay, well, like, what was his deal?" And she was like, "I don't know, he was just, like, so lonely." And then she said, like, New York is the loneliest city sometimes, and it just kind of stuck with me, like, this sort of, like, with all these people around, how lonely it can be. So I sort of wrote this song. That's really what it's about.
For a true friend, you always knew when the work was late, when the bill was paid. And I rode the night bus, I swore that I was not to try and stay, but oh, my heart gets lonely when no one seems to care. And I can't put that on you only. No, that would not be fair, but still I find I'm saying, oh my Amy, could you blame me? There's so much I want to say, but words just lead me far astray. I don't know why, I fear I might die every time you walk away. For a grown man, I sure haven't grown into how I feel. Scared hands on the steering wheel, and outside the Nitehawk, I told you my love for you was real. I said, oh, my heart gets lonely, and I know yours does too. Don't you wanna get to know me the way that I know you? You just gotta understand me now. Oh, my Amy, could you blame me? There's so much I wanna say, but words just lead me far astray. I don't know why, I fear I might die every time you walk away. Oh, my darling, I feel it starting. Oh, that fragile, tender ache every time the fever breaks. And I don't know why, I check the night sky just to make sure I'm alive, so I can see you one more time and feel the same old pain every time you walk away. That felt good. I left the door unlocked. I heard the engines coming down the block. And like a bullet from a 44, they tore up the street like you never known. But oh man, you should have seen them go. Here it comes again. Every time I think it's gone, it's in my lungs again. Like a drug we're running on. I don't think I'm gonna kick this shit. I don't think I'm gonna change my ways. I think that I'm learning to love the pain. Like a drug that you took at a party, someone swore would be fun. Like the pill that you placed upon the tip of your tongue. She was wide-eyed and clenching her jaw. What she had taken, baby, heaven knows. But oh man, you should have seen her go. 'Cause here it comes again. Every time I think it's gone, it's in my lungs again. Like a drug we're running on. I don't think I'm gonna kick this shit. I don't think I'm gonna change my ways. I think that I'm learning to love the pain. Well, every year I get a little bit older. Every day I lose a tiny little piece of myself in work and what our world demands, and the tall glass of disappointments upon my shelf. I don't think that I can give up now, 'cause I've come too far, too fast, too long. And I didn't plan on letting you down. There's a simple beauty in carrying on. I don't think I'm gonna kick this shit. I don't think I'm gonna change my ways. I think that I'm learning to love the pain. Let's roll with that.
But you don't know why. Oh shit. Sorry.
That was in time.
I thought it was actually perfect.
It was in time.
Fuck, I'm sorry, dude.
It's all good, man.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sitting on the roof of your old place, That's how I'll remember these days, with a 12-pack of bad beer and living on chips. Oh, that's how I'll remember this. Your friend's boyfriend's cover band thought they were something, well they were something, man. My ears will still be bleeding 4 years from now, but we had a good laugh somehow. So take a look at the mess we made, getting wrecked on election day. Maybe it went a little over the line, but at least we had a pretty good time. Well, your ex was a real big pain. Stand around at the bar and complain about the music and the lights as the nights wore on. And I can say that I'm glad that he's gone. And all the places we always go, familiar faces we all seem to know, like a freeze frame from a famous scene on your favorite TV show. So take a look at the mess we made, getting wrecked on election day. Maybe it went a little over the line, but at least we had a pretty good time. It's fleeting and life is insane. One day we're young and the next we ain't. If nothing matters in the greater design, well, at least we had a pretty good time. Sitting on the roof of your old place, cigarette and the sun on your face, red t-shirt and dirt on your shoes. Well, that's how I'll remember you. So take a look at the mess we made, getting wrecked on election day. Maybe it went a little over the line, but at least we had a pretty good time. It's fleeting and life is insane. One day we're young and the next we ain't. If nothing matters in the greater design, oh, at least we had a pretty good time. Well, at least we had a pretty good time.